My coach benched me 11 times in one season for unauthorized hydration. Coach Wayne pulled me aside before our season opener and told me my knee brace was non-regulation equipment, which meant I had to sit out the first quarter. His nephew Connor took my starting spot. I thought he was joking until he physically pointed me toward the bench. The next game I got benched for excessive celebration after scoring even though Connor had chest bumped a referee 2 minutes earlier. Coach just laughed that off. By November, I had 6 benchings for violations like unauthorized hydration breaks and negative sideline energy, which apparently meant I looked disappointed after missing a shot. Connor never got called for any of it. He showed up late to practice, talked back to assistant coaches, made the same mistakes over and over. Nothing. When I finally asked why Connor seemed immune to the rules, Coach Wayne put his hand on my shoulder and said, "Connor's got a future in this program, and you're just here to warm a bench, so stay in your lane." Meanwhile, Connor was one of the worst players on the team. I was outscoring him 3-1 in my limited minutes, but every time a college scout showed up, I suddenly had a new violation. My family couldn't afford tuition without a scholarship. Basketball was my only path forward. One of my teammates told me Coach Wayne had been running this scheme for years. His older brother experienced the same thing when Connor's cousin was on the team. I spent a weekend convinced I was the problem, until he showed me a screenshot that changed everything. His dad was in the team parents group chat, and had saved a thread from last summer where Coach Wayne's brother donated $15,000 to the program with one condition: Connor starts every game. Coach wasn't building a winning team. He was running a paid promotion service for his family. By January, I had 11 benchings. We somehow made the playoffs because the rest of us were good enough to survive Connor's constant mistakes. Then a college scout emailed our athletic director saying he was coming to the championship game specifically to evaluate me. My chest got tight reading that email. This was my one shot. Coach Wayne announced at practice that Connor would be starting the championship game. I would be resting a minor leg injury that did not exist. That night, I showed the other players the screenshot. We put together a plan. Championship night. The gym was packed with students, parents, and teachers who had never come to a single game all year. The college scout sat directly behind our bench with a clipboard. I could feel him watching. First quarter, one of my teammates celebrated after scoring. The exact same excessive celebration that got me benched 3 times. Coach Wayne pulled him from the game immediately and pointed at the bench. The crowd went quiet. 2 minutes later, another player shook his head after a bad call. Same negative sideline energy from November. Benched. Our third starter took an unauthorized water break. Gone. The other team started pulling ahead. By halftime, we were down 16 points, and Coach had benched 4 players while Connor stood at center court dripping sweat after scoring only twice the entire half. Parents in the stands were whispering. The athletic director walked down from his seat in the top row and asked Coach Wayne directly why half his starting lineup was sitting during a championship game. Coach started explaining attitude issues when Connor walked up behind him sipping from a water bottle he grabbed without permission. The exact violation that got me benched in week 3. I pointed at the bottle and asked loud enough for everyone to hear if that counted as a violation too. Coach's face went red. He told me to worry about my own problems. The athletic director looked at the water bottle, then at me, then back at Coach Wayne. One of my teammates stepped forward and handed over his phone with the screenshot showing the $15,000 donation and the written agreement that Connor would start every game. The athletic director read it twice while the scout leaned over to look. Coach tried to stammer that it was edited, but his voice cracked and everyone heard it. The athletic director told him to take a seat in the bleachers and put me in for the second half. I scored 26 points in 2 quarters, and we won by 4 while Connor watched from the bench with his face buried in a towel. Coach Wayne was terminated the following Monday, and the scout offered me a full scholarship 3 weeks later.